Once again, good morning. And we are now in lesson 2.4. Lesson 2.4 is about finding the equation of a quadratic function. In the past days, we have learned about the introduction to quadratic functions. We have learned how to graph quadratic functions. And yesterday, we have shifted parabolas up, down, left, and right, narrower and wider. Now, this morning, let us try to find the equation of a quadratic function. And let's start by reciting our memory verse. Today's memory verse is found in Colossians 2, verses 6 to 7. It says, "Let your roots grow down into him, and let your lives be built in him." This morning, we'll talk more about roots. And our MVC boosters is on finding Jesus, just like we find our equations in quadratic functions. Our MVC boosters will ask us that the search does not only end in a mathematics class, like the way we find our quadratic equations, but in a spiritual journey, we also have our search, and that is to find Jesus. Our main question for MVCA boosters: in what ways can we find Jesus in our lives? Hope that's a point of reflection for everyone. Now, at the end of our class today, we will be able to determine the equation of a quadratic function given the table of values, a graph, and zeros. Now, let's first have our venture activity. Let's play again the heart and the sad face. Now, what will you do? If the graph that I'll be encircling is a graph of a quadratic function, you press heart. But if it's not a graph of a quadratic function, you press a sad face. Okay, let's start. Ready? Let us see how many can get it correctly. Ready? The first one. Heart or sad face? Press now your emotions. Heart or sad face? Yes, Tatiana. You have a question?
Sorry, ma'am, wrong emoticon.
Okay. Now, many of you got it correctly. Correct, very good. It is a sad face. Next, how about the second one? Sad face or heart? Ready? Press now your emoticon. Very good. I get correct answers here. The correct answer is it's a sad face. Next, let's go to the next one. How about this? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? How about the rest? The correct answer is it's a heart. Next, how about this one? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? Let me check. Oh, very good. Most of you got it correct. That's a sad face. How about this one? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? Let me see. We are now divided. The correct answer is it's a sad face. How about this one? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? Let me see. Heart or sad face? Only one got it correct. Only Ali got it correct. Actually, it's a sad face. Most of you said it's a heart. I'll explain afterwards. How about this one? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? We see. Oh, very good. That is a sad face. Yes, friends. You have a question? Friends? Sorry, friends, I could not hear you well.
It's wrong, ma'am. Wrong emoticon.
Oh, okay. How about the next one? Ready? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? Let's see. Very good. It's a heart. How about the last one? Heart or sad face? Heart or sad face? Very good. It's a heart. Now, I'll give you my virtual clap. Where's my virtual clap? I can't see my reactions. Here, I'll give you my virtual clap for today. Now, let us see on the pattern of the hearts. It's only this one, 1, 2, and 3. Remember, the graph of your parabola can be this one or this one. Again, it can open upwards or it can open downwards. Not this one. Why? Here, I think you have heard of the vertical line test. The vertical line test is a test when you draw a vertical line and once it passes once, then it is a function. If you check your parabola, this, it only crosses once. The parabola, just once. Here, once. But if the parabola opens sidewards, it will cross twice. Therefore, it is not a function. But if you ask me, ma'am, is it still quadratic? Yes, it's still quadratic. Actually, the circle is also quadratic. You learn that in grade 11 if you'll take pre-calculus. But they are not quadratic functions. So again, the graph of the quadratic function will only be a parabola that opens downwards or a parabola that opens upwards. Very good. Most of you got them right in our venture activity. Now let's start with our lesson. How to find the equation of a quadratic function if the given is only a pair of zeros. Now here, if the given is the pair of zeros, then we can write the function as x minus the first root times x minus the second root multiplied by a, where a should never be equal to 0. Then we need to multiply this to come up with the standard form. Let me start. Ready? Let's have the first example. Let's find the quadratic function, the equation, with a given pair of zeros, -1 and 4. So we have f of x equals a times x. The opposite of this, because minus, right? So plus 1. How about the other? X. The opposite of this, minus 4. Then we will expand this binomial. So x times x, x squared. X times -4, -4x. 1 times x is x. 1 times -4 is -4 times a. Let's simplify this. Let's combine. We have a times x squared minus 3x minus 4. Here, this is now the equation of our quadratic function. But let me show you another technique. Actually, the technique is in the sum and the roots. Remember last week, we have talked of the sum and the product of the roots. We can write this as f of x equals a times x squared minus the sum times x plus the product. Okay, let's verify that. Ready? Here, let's go back. If you add, what's the sum of the roots? -1 plus 4. We have 3. What's the product? You have 1 times -1 times 4 is -4. So if you write it, that's f of x equals a quantity, x squared, the opposite of the sum, minus 3x, copy the product, minus 4. There. They're just the same. Any questions before we go to the next example? Okay, let's go to the next example. Ready? There. Actually, I have biases when it comes to techniques. I find the sum and the product easier compared to doing more. So let's have the sum. Ready? 2 plus square root of 2 plus 2 minus square root of 2. Is 0. 2 plus 2 is 4. Very good. How about the product? 2 plus square root of 2 times 2 minus square root of 2. Remember the special product, sum and difference. If x plus y is multiplied by x minus y, then the answer will be the square of the first minus the square of the second. That's a special product. You have learned that in your grade 8. So we have this one, same format, right? X plus y, x minus y. So let us have a special product. Square of 2. So we have 2 squared minus square root of 2 squared. So we have 2 squared is 4 minus square root of 2, you square it, that's 2. So we'll have 2. Let's write our equation. That's f of x equals a. You just write a times x squared, subtract the sum, minus 4x, copy the product, plus 9. This is now the equation of our quadratic function. Any questions? That's my last example for today. Or give me a thumbs up if you got it right, or if you understood it. Oh, sorry, wait, 9.
Where did the 9 come?
Sorry.
From?
In our module, it's
Sorry, it's not 9, it's 2.
There we go.
Okay, other questions? No questions? Then let's go to the next format. Okay, now, in the next format, we have the given is a table of values. So how will we work on it? Actually, this is a long procedure. So I want you to focus on this one. Ready? Now, if the given is a table of values, then we start with choosing 3 ordered pairs. I suggest you start with x equals 0. Then y is something. It will lead you to answering the value of C. Then same. In the next one, you substitute the ordered pair. The x coordinate with the x and the y coordinate with the y. Then we end with a grade 8 topic again. System of linear equations. We solve for the values of A, B, and C. Let's start. Ready? Now, find the equation of a quadratic function given the table of values. Let's start with the first ordered pair. X is 0, then Y is 2. You need to remember that our quadratic function is in Y equals AX squared plus BX plus C. This is where you will substitute the values of X and Y. What are we looking for? We're looking for the values of A, B, and C. So let's start. Y equals AX squared plus BX plus C. What's the value of my Y? It's 2, right? Let's start with 0 and 2. Equals A, 0 squared plus B times 0 plus C. So this, it becomes 0. The next becomes 0 plus C equals 2. So we're left with 2 equals C, or we say C is equal to 2. So now we have already the value of C. Our C is 2. This time, let's solve for the values of A and B. Let's use the second ordered pair. You will do the same, okay? Ready? 2 and 1. Y equals AX squared plus BX plus C. Our Y is 1. Our X is 2. 2 squared plus B times 2 plus C. Next, let us simplify. Y equals, this is 4, 4A. This becomes, oh, remember what's the value of your C? Your C is 2, so plus 2. Plus 2B plus 2. Let's transfer constant terms to the other side. So let's transfer 2 to the other side. So we have 4A plus 2B equals 1 minus 2. So we now have negative 1 equals 4AB. That's 4AB. 4A plus 2B. There. We will name this our equation number 2 because this is our equation 1. Now you're not yet done. That's the end for the second ordered pairs because we could no longer simplify it. Let's go to the third one. Ready? Here. The third one, we have, where's my pen? Sorry, I'm looking for my pen. Here. 4 and negative 2. Let me change. It's not so visible. Here. 4 and negative 2. So we have Y equals AX squared plus BX plus C. Our Y is negative 2. Then our X is 4. So 4 squared plus B times 4 plus, I'm sorry. Remember, what's the value of our C in equation 1? Our C is 2 plus 2. So we have negative 2 equals, this is 16A. This one is 4B plus 2. Then we transpose it to the other side. We have negative 2 plus 2 minus 2 equals 16A plus 4B. So we now have 16A plus 4B equals negative 4. Actually, you can divide all terms. Let me check with the other one. You can divide all terms by 4. Or if you don't want to divide it, no problem. It's still the same. So this will be our equation number 3. Now, what will we do next? Remember in your grade 8, you have this one, elimination. Let me write it here. You have what we call elimination. Remember, what is our second equation? That's 4A plus 2B equals negative 1. So you write it. Ready? Oops, not this one. 4A plus 2B equals negative 1. This is our equation number 2. What's our equation number 3? The one we have a while ago. 16A plus 4B equals negative 4. Now, how do we eliminate? Here's what we will do. You look at the smaller one. Okay. What will you multiply to the first equation so that we can eliminate 16A? What will you multiply to 4A to make it negative 16A for it to be eliminated? Write in the chat box. What should you multiply to 4A to make it negative 16A?
4. Negative 4.
Oh, very good. Negative 4. So you multiply all by negative 4. So it becomes this one. 4A times negative 4, you have negative 16A. Negative 4 times 2B, we have negative 8B equals negative 4 times negative 1, we have positive 4. So the first one becomes like this. The second one, you don't multiply any, so you copy it all. 16A plus 4B equals negative 4. Now what will happen next? We will start eliminating. So negative 16A plus 16A, that's 0. Negative 8B plus 4B, you have negative 4B. 4 minus 4, you have 0. Divide all by negative 4. So our B is 0. Now, our C is 2. Our B is 0. We are only looking for A. How to solve for A? You can substitute A to either equations 2 or 3. So example, let's use equation 2. 4A plus 2B equals negative 1. 4A, what's our B again? 2 times 0 equals negative 1. So 4A equals negative 1. You divide both by 4. So A is equal to negative 1/4. Now, let's write our equation. I'll write it on top, right? Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So you have y equals negative 1/4 x squared. What's next? Plus b is nothing, right? 0x. So plus 2. We end there. Ma'am, am I allowed to write in fraction? Yes. So here's now the value or the equation of our quadratic function given the table of values. So a very brief review. Ready? In the first one, what will you do? Substitute the first ordered pair, then find C, or have the last equation. Substitute the second pair and find your equation number 2. Next, substitute the third ordered pair, find equation 3. Then we do elimination using 2 equations. And once you're done with elimination, we end with substitution to find the last. It needs more practice, but I know you can make it. Your quiz is very similar to this one. Any questions before I'll go to the last one? No questions? Now, before we'll go to the last one, we need to end first because I only have 6 minutes left. So